Okay. Tonight's life is gonna be for freaks, eh? Hey, King Sebastian, Yoli, Dumela, Dineo Moses, Kamabuza. Thank you for the likes. What are you having for Sunday? Mangoba, mdlalose. I mean, like, what are you drinking? Are you drinking joy? Are you drinking peace? Or are you drinking pain? You're getting high on pain. You're like, oh, yo. CD Taele, winner, Ludi. So we're going to speak a little bit about astral traveling once more. And by the way, for the people that are into astral traveling, please be mindful that when you astral travel, you don't go outside of yourself. When you astral traveling, you're going deeper in the realms of yourself. The reason why a lot of people are scared of it, the reason why astral traveling has got a notorious name, is because people are really scared of themselves. So, yeah. And let me just wait for the people to come in through because I don't want to start. Hey, Kamabuza! No. Thank you. So, this channel, it's all about healing. When you heal yourself, you become whole. And healing yourself has a lot to do with forgiveness. You know that fucked up topic. You know the fucked up topic of forgiveness, right? And it keeps on coming over and over. Wherever you are, you go to YouTube, it's forgiveness. Oprah speaks about forgiveness. This one speaks about forgiveness. But what really is the art of forgiveness? The art of forgiveness is you liberating your energy. Because when you, or when you're still envying somebody or having a grudge on or about somebody, you holding yourself back. Dead or alive. Especially when they dead, holding a grudge against somebody that is dead, it's so pitiful. I laugh about it because that's what happens to all of us. We have issues that we don't want to resolve because we don't want to forgive. We don't want to let go. We still have a belief that but you don't understand that your inability to let it go causes you constipation on a spiritual side. So from me to you, free of charge, let that shit go. I know you're probably screaming there and say, how do I let it go? Do you know what they did to me? But go listen to Dr. Wayne Dyer. He says there is no justified resentment. You can try to explain it away, but there's no need for you to be angry at anybody. This is a very oxymoronish advice, particularly given the world that we're living in. We're living in a world whereby people want to get equal, You must hurt them back. They hate you, you're like, I'm going to hurt them back. But you don't understand that this is a period of our spirituality whereby we need to ascend. And whether you know about this or you don't, like your body knows. The last couple of hours, your body has probably been behaving very funny. Your brain has been thinking things that you never thought that they existed. This has gotten so bad that people have seen things literally with their eyes. It's because the astral dynamics, things are changing. What used not to be seen, so-called ghosts, They are back. You know. Yeah, let's see who's here. Zelda. Kamabuza. I think I saw Mahau. If you're new to the page, please follow the brother. And if you're wondering what we're talking about spiritual ascension or ascension. Some people call it enlightenment. We're trying to figure out what the fuck is it. We obviously going to spend some time speaking about astral traveling. We're going to talk about your three-part self. Remember, you look physical as you are, but like you three-part self or many-part self. Let me speak about a three-part self. You got the body, you got the spirit, and you got the soul. These three things, it's what Christians call 3 in 1. You one, but you three. So when you do the astral traveling, you don't do it with your physical body, because your physical body, it's not going to go anywhere. Your physical body is mortal. That's why when you die, you get buried. Meaning what you borrowed from earth, you take it back. Your contract is done. The lease. That's why I look at it with awe when people want to be better than other people. All of us are still going to die, and we're going back to the same place. You know. So if you can help it, if you're living with people, besides wondering about who's doing drugs, who's gossiping about who doesn't have a place to stay, because all that we do as people, we're looking into pulling other people down. And the bestest thing that we can do for ourselves is to inspire people, be constructive with people, be kind with people. Because the more you become kind to people, the more you become loving to people, you are planting a seed. You planting a seed. If you become kind to somebody, or anything that you do for that matter, with people, around people, for people, towards people. Because the world is nothing but the extension of yourself. What you see around you, it's what's happening inside of you. So if you think that you're having spiritual attacks, it's not really a ghost attacking you, you know. It's like you attacking you. So it's like, you know, it's like, hey! I don't know, did you guys get that? Was it of value? Who got that? Hey, Voodoo Child, we're getting ready for the 5 o'clock service, the main service of the day. And please go call your Christian friends, because I'm also going to be talking about that fact that God is a woman and she's black. So I need my Christian friends, you know, for those who think that God is that bearded guy up there in the skies. You know, I just want to get on your guys' case. Jenna V, thank you very much for the follow. Oh yeah, by the way, let's just get the preliminaries out of the way. I'm not to be believed. Please take that pressure out of myself, or off myself. You're not to believe me. I mean, like, who'd believe somebody like me? I know that I will not want to go to a church where I'm a preacher. You know? So, do yourself a favor. We just winding down the Sunday. We're talking about astrological things today. We're speaking astronomy, astrology, cosmology, ontology, theology, biology. So we're just going to play around with words like that. But the gist of the channel is for you to heal, you know. We're talking about healing here. But now, you not only heal on the physical side, because a lot of us are so symptom addicted. We think that if we heal our headaches, the headache will be gone if you have a discipline for the headache. But we need to understand that the time calls for us right now to heal our whole self. The fact that you get the headache could be some of the values that you have, some of the beliefs that you have. Because your thoughts, in as much as food can get you sick, your thoughts can get you sick. The game has changed like that. You know, we no longer speaking about food. We know what they did to food. You know, like, we know what they did to food. I mean, like, it's very rare these days that you can find something good to eat. We know what they did to food. We know definitely that food is one of the weapons. Genetically modified. To heck, man, they can give you a formula for a steak. You know, you're like... So they fucked up the food. We know that the food is nothing to eat. The bestest way now that we're going to have to deal with this game is through fasting. So now, in as much as the food can get you sick, your thoughts can get you sick. They are already working on our thoughts. The TV, social media, your colleagues, these fucking clones. You know? So yeah, oh, it's 5 o'clock. Okay, I can quit playing around. Oh, by the way, when I say they, it's not a conspiracy theory. When I say they, I speak about collective lower nature. So when I say they, I don't speak about you know those guys that David Icke tells you about, the reptilians. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm not talking about those. You know. So when I say they already messed up the food, they've already messed up our brains, I'm not speaking about it as a form of conspiracy theory. I don't aspire to that. I speak about they, you, your lower collective self, your lower reptilian self, because there's nobody punishing anybody here. A lot of people want me to speak about spiritual attacks. You know, they say, oh no, they're attacking me, bruh. But what we don't understand is, there's nobody attacking anybody but your goddamn self. Remember, we used to say, and we still say on this platform, that all of us are gods. We are the co-creators of our reality. So now, with you becoming God comes responsibility. Because remember now, you got given this power that you are God. You are the prototype. You are the humanoid. God became man through you. So your job is to become God through man. That's what we spoke about the chakras. A lot of people think chakra is just a over-the-table topic. A chakra is a very pivotal stepping stone, particularly on your journey. Because the gods, the entities, or the people that you think you're praying to, they are in you. Let me slow down, you know. Don't want to lose a lot of people. Hey, Lebza, Kamabuza, they make you work all by yourself. These buggers. Nobody wants to like the page, or probably maybe I spoke about God and Christians got offended. There's this thing about Christians. Whenever when you speak about God, they think God is theirs. You know, hey Christians, God is not yours. Christianity is nothing but the tool to make you meet your divinity. Just like Islam is, just like African religion is, religion, it's just a tool to get you there. Whether you go to church or you don't go to church, I don't have a right to hate you or to love you because of what you do. I have to love or hate you because of your heart. This thing of speaking low about people that go to church or don't go to church, we don't understand that if you're speaking ill of your brother or of your sister, you're speaking ill of yourself. If you're speaking ill of your brother or your sister, you're speaking ill of yourself. The time is now that we have to fuck up the great illusion of thinking that we're different and separate. All of us are the same. Okay, I look much more darker. You probably look much more light-skinned. But that's besides the point. I saw a comment. Wow, great teachings. I was a Christian for 2 years. It almost destroyed me. But hey, it'll fuck you up, mate. It'll fuck you up. But you know what's a nice part about it? You had to go through that. That's why I'm saying, for the people that are so-called conscious, all of a sudden you know about the chakras, you want to tell people to leave church. It's not about that. The truth, was a truth for you then because you did not know better. The fact that now you know about the chakras, you don't necessarily have to go to people and tell them how stupid they are. You were once stupid. You once tithed. You once prayed thinking that you're speaking to somebody else. So sometimes when you look at your past, you need to look at it and laugh and be like, oh shit. I used to pray to God that is outside of myself, and I've been duping myself. When he did it or she did it very precisely. Everything in you. You got your DNA, you got your genes, everything that you'll ever need, everything that you'll ever be. It's in your chromosomes, it's in your genome. But you're looking for it somewhere else. They told you that there's a new prophet in town, and the prophet can get you to be married, and you now feel that you have to go and pay the prophet because the prophet can get you a soul mate. And now that you know that you are God, take it easy on people that are still dealing with issues. The bestest thing you have to do what Jesus did, or what he instructed the disciples. Disciples, by the way, meaning the disciplines. The disciplines meaning your bodily organs. So your liver is an entity. The heart, it's an entity. Your solar plexus is an entity. As above, so it is below. Are we together? Or I just lost you there. Hey Claire, thank you. Oh, you did it again. Oh yeah, for sure. Keep on doing it, Claire. Keep on doing it, Claire. Heavy M. Romwald. Nice name. Lerato 2, Letabo. My Instagram is King Fox. Thank you very much. You new here, follow the brother. If you're wondering what we're talking about love, but love in a sense of integrating or inclusive of everybody. Whether you are a witch, whether you light candles, whether you do your incense, whether you fly with a broom, whether you are the bishop, whether you are the pastor, whether you are into Tao, whether you're into Hinduism, whether you are a Scientologist, whether you are a scientist, whatever that you do, because we do understand that when you take off all these religions, when you take off all these degrees, when you take off all these looks, all of us are one. But for some reason I've been made to hate you because you're different than me. Like discussions about if then people are transgender, which bathrooms are they going to use? It's like, why would you be arguing about that? The bestest conversations that we need to be having is to how do we break out of this matrix bullshit? Because remember, you being in a physical being, it's more like a jail. But you don't have to make it grim, you have to be smart about it. My root chakra was destroyed. I have to... Yeah, take it easy. One of the things that you can do as well, great healer, is play around with red. The reason why you play around with red is because your Muladhara or your lower chakra is red in color. I spoke about it 2-3 days ago. So what you're doing is you are acquainting yourself with that, because red is also red for danger. So your memories of self-confidence, because that's what church does. Or any form of religion. I get it from this book here. Hey, Valencia, you here? The religions, but not only that, I got the mysteries of the Bible here, the glory of the Holy Land, the Bible through ages. Basically, what the religions are in, the religions are in the business of you doubting yourself. That's it. The religions are in the business of selling guilt on wholesale level. You know, they always make you feel guilty. I mean, like you're like, ooh, and I had sex. You know, doesn't mean now I'm not going to heaven. And people are like, oh, bruh. You know. Let me stop being guilty. No, naughty fuck, I'm not guilty. Z, James. Hey, J Sparkle, J Sparkle. So you new here, follow the brother. We winding down this Sunday. I'm going to be shooting down on a lot of misconceptions. One of the biggest misconception is heaven and hell is outside of us. Well, listen here. You see, I got that Mickey Mouse t-shirt. Say, when I grew up, my dad or whoever that I was under care of or under my care told me that I need to pray to Mickey Mouse for my dreams to come true. And I wire that in my brain because I do it every day. They call it ritual, a form of prayer. If I pray, I pray to Mickey Mouse. If I do to Mickey Mouse. Can you believe it that even if you were to come to me and tell me that Mickey Mouse is not God, I will not believe you because I grew up doing it over and over again. The whole truth of the matter is it's not the Mickey Mouse that has the power, it's your brain. If you believe that grandpa is going to heal your headache, grandpa is going to heal your headache. So what religion did, particularly Christianity, because if there's a form of scam, you know, Christianity, bruh, is much, much more higher than the Ponzi scheme. The way how it was properly orchestrated. It has successfully managed to convince people that when you die, that is if you sin, there's somebody waiting for you, holding up a fork, called the devil. You know, they're like, this guy is going to devour you, but you don't understand that this thing of thinking that God only has to do good things to us, it's a false advertising. Sometimes God can whoop your ass. And you won't believe it. You'll be like, yo, who's this? Wasn't it us who said that God is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent? So God is everything. If you're going through shit right now, stop blaming the devil. I mean, like, you know, you'll be like, people, you know, this is all in your mind, but then I'm not there. I'm not there. Buenas tardes, señor. How are you? They are removing my message. Why are they removing it? So yeah, Bongani Mgondo. Yes, how? Hey man, you know, like, come on, man. This is the basic premise of kinetic energy. Or, let's pick it better, the law of cause and effect, or the law of correspondence, or the law of duality, or the law of polarity. For something to be seen as black, there has to be the contrast color. For the black, there has to be the white. For the on, there has to be the off. For the sleeping, there has to be the awake. For the dead, there has to be the living. For the high, there has to be the low. For the left, there has to be the right. For the yin, there has to be the yang. For the electro, there has to be the magnetic. For the sun, there has to be the moon. For the water, there has to be the fire. So now if you're going through a tough time and you don't want God to take you through it and you're blaming the devil, are you aware that you're not going to get out of that situation? Because instead of you blaming your own ass, you're blaming other people. It's like wanting to change your husband or your wife. They're like, I don't know, they just lie so much, I want to change them. You know, you don't change people, you change you, man. Yeah. So, stop or quit trying to change pastors or wanting to save everybody. You're not going to save anybody or nobody but yourself. Voila! You know, And that's what you say, great healer. It's more of we need to move beyond the fact that things are coincidences. There are no coincidences. There are no mistakes. Only lessons. So you being here, you might look at it as if like it was a coincidence. Some people, if you've been doing the work or reading a little bit of psychoanalysts like Carl Gustav Jung, synchronicity, things start happening for you. You're like, I don't have data. Somebody sends you data. Okay, I want to speak about the chakras. All of a sudden, somebody speaks about the chakras. You're like, oh shit, now this is good. You're like, I want to be eating up an ice cream, and your friend calls you. They want to take you out on an ice cream for lunch. You're looking for a certain book, and all of a sudden it's like, it shows. You're like, okay, this is a phenomenon known as synchronicity. The shit is lining up for your ass. But synchronicity as well works with, in as much as when you are on a spiritual journey, things start falling in place for you. Synchronicity starts becoming part of your daily bread. You're not only taking out the good things out of your deeper realms, you also take out the bad stuff. You might find that your addictions are a bag now. You know, you're doing all the spirituality, you since left the porn, and all of a sudden the porn addiction is now coming back. You're like, what the fuck is happening? And now you want to be like, hey, go devil, hey, klima. It's not the devil, this is your lower self. You know. Let's stop giving the devil the credit. Give yourself some credit, man. You've made it through periods where they said you were gonna die. You know, they were like, oh, even yourself, you were like, oh shit, I ain't gonna get out of this shit. But you made it out. So let's stop speaking about somebody else, man. Let's start talking about ourselves. Oh, by the way, let me not be TDJXC on you. You know what they do. You know, I heard something very disturbing. I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but for me, it caught me a little bit off guard, you know. The rumors that are happening about TDJs and shit is sad, bro. But the universe teaches to deal with that hard truth and learn to take yeah. In the word responsibility, it's if you look at it epistemologically, the way how the words are for the linguists, junkies, the people that are into linguistic. Responsibility means responding in an able way. It's responsibility. So it's when you respond, you no longer react. It's like when you are on a spiritual journey, you cannot be reacting to somebody's changed tone of voice, or when your partner wants to start an argument, or when your boss wants to fuck around with you. You cannot be reacting haphazardly anymore. You need to respond. And when you respond, you become mighty. People are fucking afraid of you because you now have become God. Let's go. You saw me from afar. Yeah, for sure. Probably. You know what they say, the story about Jesus, when the issue about the Sermon on the Mount, where he says that I'm everywhere and anywhere at any time. They call it kenosis. So I'm using your ears, you using my ears, I'm using your brain, you using my brain. So we really, really never left, or we not separate. So we're in the shit together. Let's get our shit together. How do we get our shit together? Let's forgive. Hey, you like it? I like you too, bruh. B. So you need to learn to respond in an able way. Gone are the times whereby you get angry, because remember, there's a song by Bob Marley. He says, Did you know that when you're angry, you're singing praises to the enemy? There are entities that are feeding from you when you're angry. They're looking at you, they're like, domestic violence. Ooh. They like, the ex is calling and your heart is beating and these entities are looking at you, they're like, you know. And now every time when you're angry, you're like, oh, you're angry. And now your hormones, they're scourging, you become a hormonal junkie. And these entities are looking at you, they're like, what else? School fees or debit order bounces. Oh, then you go off. And you're like, oh my word, yeah, I didn't know this. Now you don't understand that when you do it, that you're giving your power away. So acting responsibly, it's like when something very huge happens in your life, you become like a stoic. You're like, oh yeah. I remember when my dad died in this last year, I was like, oh, is this how it is? And this is what the book of Philippians speaks about when it says, you're going to get the peace that surpasses all the understanding. Don't try to explain it. You won't be able to. Are you from South Africa? Yeah, I'm from South Africa. Oh, you in Germany? Nice to meet you. Same here, great healer. Yeah, I'm in South Africa. I love mine when I was, we lost mine when I was one. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say to you is, every time when you get controlled by your limbic system, by the way, it's a part of the brain that controls your emotions. It forms part of your primal brain, your reptilian self. I don't know if you guys are aware that you denying the fact that you are very bad. You like seeing fault in other people. Like you know the whole discussion about empaths and narcissists. You know, people will be like, "Oh, me, I'm an empath. Oh, me, I'm an..." But nobody ever wants to say, "Me, I'm a narcissist." You know, everybody wants to be an empath. This is the same thing that the religion fucked us over about. Trying to plead mightier and holy and good, but we know that behind closed doors we do very grotesque things. The very same preachers that tell you that you should not sleep around, we all know what they do, right? You know what they do, right? You know, they do the worst. So basically the whole game is, you need to accept the fact that in as much as you God and you divine, you the badass. This is what Carl Gustav Jung speaks about when he says you need to get to your union stage. The union stage, it's when you become complete. In Hinduism or in Zen Buddhism, they say when you become complete, when you heal, you crystallize, you become like a crystal or a crystal. But now, if you haven't healed, you are fragmented. I actually even forgot what I was talking about. You see? Oh yeah. Tish Jed, thank you for the like. Big hit. Z, thank you for the follow. Valencia, Z, I see you. If you're new here, this is how we do it. I speak about pretty much everything from sex, biology, rape, pain, astrology, eschatology, astronomy, quantum physics, X, psychology, triggers. What we're trying to do is we're just trying to figure out how can we be able to maneuver what network just did to me. like just like now, just check what the network just did to me. Those are problems that I'm talking about. So yeah. So if you're new here, you can follow the brother. You can double tap the screen. You can gift. I really appreciate your guys' donations on and off the platform. Obviously, if you just came from a financial hurt relationship, if you and money has never been in good terms, particularly if you're coming from church, because if there's one thing that religion has done, they've made people to be enemies with money. And it's not money to blame, because money, it's a neutral entity. Just like when you call to God, go check out who's this, Reverend Ike. That guy that is into money being the energy. By the way, Reverend Ike is a Christian mystic. Your Christianity that you think it's not about meditation and levitation and astrology, there is a part of Christianity that is mystical. And sorry if you were not ready, but I must just give it to you. The religion, part of Christianity that is dark, they also call it Christian Science. These are people that it was started by the lady by the name of Mary. These are the people that grew up with the belief that you don't have to go to a doctor. That's what Christian Science is. So don't be sitting there and thinking that the Jesus that you're talking about, they were referring to the Jesus outside. No, the Jesus is the inside of you part. The Dead Sea Scrolls speaks about that. These are I didn't see you. You just decided to introduce yourself with such a comment. Hey man, hey Mzwake. Yeah, where I'm going tonight, I need a backup like yours, eh? Let's go. And the feminine energy in here as well. Hey Dave, you in the building? Valencia is here, so who else is here? We're going very deep. Oh Jesus. Hey, tonight, hey, Kamabuza, I see you as well. We're pushing up the energies. Let's see where we can go. Oh yeah, that's my face cloth for slap. This is basically just to discourage you from thinking that I'm telling the truth. I want to make myself look as bad as possible so that you don't find anything to believe in me. If there's a belief that you have to do, is the belief in self. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yo, let's put it on. Tell me, I got a pen and paper here. You put up the agenda, I'll see how far I can go. I'm actually literally writing it down, I'm waiting for you. Where? Oh, right now we envying for that weather here, great healer. South Africa is hot like balls. It's blazing. And it's not only that, it's because of there's a bit of erraticness in the weather. The weather is very bitchy. Let's see. Since we'll be talking about that. The future of the El Nino, the forecast disaster. This book was released in 1999. Almost the whole thing about the El Nino and the La Nino, there's a shit that is happening. That's why we're speaking astrology today. Oh, before I can get to the meat of the stuff, this is what I was saying. So that's what you do. You double tap the screen, you ask up your questions, you follow the brother. Hey, le play ni lendile. You know, Muzaki, don't tell them, man. You're getting ahead. Like, should I put that on the agenda? We're going to be speaking about that. Cosmic shift. I spoke about it yesterday. Friday, actually. Cosmic shift. Hey, Travni. Yeah, for sure. I'll speak about it. I spoke about it for like... On Friday, I was here for 4 hours. Yeah. So this is what we're going to do. When you double tap your screen, you can put up your comment. Please don't believe me. I'm sharing the books as I go. If you quote me at your own peril. I'm probably not going to back your ass up. Because... So now... Oh, you're just listening. Oh, cool. Yeah, not for sure. Let's do that. So double tap the screen. One of the things as well is, this is my hustle and my side hustle. So... From time to time, obviously, I would like it if you guys were to help me to put the lights on, right? I got my PayPal for you guys that are not in South Africa. My PayPal, it's linked right here on this platform. You know? And I know you guys have money, so don't start. You know. So my okay, TikTok as well has this gifting stuff, even though TikTok fucks me over because it takes 95%. So if you give me 1 rand, they give me 5 cents. I don't think that's my worth, but we'll talk about that. If then alternatively you wanna, like, you know, you feel a bit pumped up and moved, maybe saving you some psychological sessions that you had to pay, because that's all that the psychologist does. They take your pain and put it in their pocket, hope that it disappears. You know, and it just never disappears. It keeps on showing back. So here on this platform, I help you on how to kick it in the ass. Not to say that I know how to do it, but I try. So if you feel like you've spared a little bit money there, my numbers are right here on the platform. Do the right thing, you know. And if you still have a bit of a bad relationship with money, I don't like those energies, you know, because everything is energy. By the way, the other thing is, the bestest gift for me that you can do for yourself is to you accept yourself unconditionally. I don't know if you're ready for that. If not, stick around. We're going to be talking about that. Now, that felt like a sermon. You know, I feel uplifted myself, you know. Oh yeah, this is one of the things as well. If you need some books that we're sharing, send me the WhatsApp or inbox so that I can put you in a WhatsApp group. This group, it's about sharing resources. If you are too much human, too much left in brain, this group will not do much for you. This group does not share arguments. If you think 6 is 9 and I think that 9 is 6, we all agree, because we do understand that all of us are at different journeys or different stages. Some people are already using ghosts. Some people are still afraid of ghosts. Some people are using snakes. Some people are afraid of snakes. By the way, I'm not referring to physical things here. I'm talking about metaphysical things. Energy. In case you're saying that a snake is a bit of an issue, did you guys know that snake is what is called the Uraeus? Uraeus is also known as the light. The light is also referred to as the Kundalini. Are you into chakras? If you are into chakra, you're into magic. You know why your pastor told you not to become a chakra han? As they call them. You know, they call us chakra hans. You know, they're like, yeah, chakra hans, bro. It's because the moment when you tap into that fruit, you will know yourself. The moment when you know yourself, you don't need a church anymore. And the pastor is getting out of business. Is it? Hey, Dave, I'm glad you find it resourceful. I was afraid of... I'm glad you're finding it very resourceful. That's what the shit is all about. So the retreat is coming. Got much. My wife promised me that on Wednesday, she'll take out the poster. It's a 2-night event. The shit is fun, bruh. That's all that I can say. You know, I'm trying to look for words. If you're wondering what am I talking about, please go to the same platform on YouTube. Oh no, right here on TikTok. Go check out the video. The name of the video is Our Journey Towards Healing. We're going back to the same place. For reasons that can only be explained to the people that are going to the retreat. But for the people that have been to the last one, they will tell you where and how much. Z, woo, you speak about money, you make my heart pump, you know, it's like poof, poof. Yeah, Z, I don't know, send me a WhatsApp so that you can be in a WhatsApp group. That's where the first communication is going to come through from. And yeah, like the normal things, we have to start investing in our journey or on our journey. This is what I mean. When you meditate, how pasha, when you pray, when you fly with a broom, whatever that you do to energize your spirit, because all of us do different shit. I mean, like, we're not the same, but that's what makes us the same. If you're into candles, or if you're into Bible, you Christians, I have a Bible, by the way, so don't take me like that. And I have the biggest one. Come out. You see? I read the Bible. You should too. But when you read it, you don't read it from the physical point. If you're reading the Bible from thinking that Moses was a person, you're missing the point. Moses is a principle in you. By the way, they say Moses had a snake that swallowed other snakes. That's a kundalini. Or that's your caduceus, stuff of snakes. You know that there by the ambulances they got that. Oh yeah, here's another thing as well. If you got some few cents to spare, because you have to be very cautious. You know, people are very tight with money these days. Especially if the new agers have done business on you. You know, the new agers, these are the ones that are selling the sea mosses and, you know, I'm selling you meditation session. You know, and now you find that the sea moss doesn't work because the energy is not in a sea moss. The energy is not in a crystal. The energy is not in a book. The energy is in your mind because you project that the crystal is going to do something for you. It does that. Somehow you need to eliminate all these middlemen. There goes Gobela too. There goes a bishop too. And now all of a sudden the church is in trouble because nobody's coming. You know? Yeah, no, that's naughty. That's mean, right? That's mean. See, so come on. So, you use MTN, I use MTN. Send me a time so that we can prolong this live sessions. But if then, obviously, you feel like you want to bring a permanent solution to this problem, you can help me load up my Vodacom data. Because now I'm using Momo and MTN Momo fucks me over. Let me write my Vodacom number just in case you have $300 to spare, you know. Oh, by the way, the $300 it's a session price that I charge for my one-on-one sessions. So if you load me the data, I give you one-on-one session. I've always wanted to say that. We're gonna be starting about astrology. Who's ready for astrology? What do you know about astrology? Please, somebody tell me. Flying with a broom, riding on a loaf of bread. What's it? Hey, man. Hey, Muzaki, come on. Oh no shit. Oh no shit. No, that's not right. You gotta chase away my Christian friends, you know. You gotta chase away my Christian friends. But hey, man, you fly with a broom, riding a leaf. Oh shit, I was never ready. Okay, here's my number, 066. Because it's always off, let me know in case, you know, you buy for me. And maybe I'll do dream interpretation for you. 5612. By the way, we're just having fun with this. If maybe perhaps you book a session with me thinking that I'm gonna make your boat float. Hey bro, we just said it here, you float your own boat. Oh shit, oh no. You know, as for flying with a loaf of bread, I'm gonna have to take a screenshot of this shit. Cause nah, this is a shit. This is a shit, bro. Whew. Where was I? Please teach this. You wanna visit? Hey man, hey. You know, people like you tend to get in trouble. I don't know, was it in Zambia or is it Namibia where they said that the government had to change the space bylaws because the witches were flying above 150 meters above sea level. So they were colluding, or there was a possibility that they might collude with the planes. So the government issued up a statement or a public announcement to say that, please, all the witches fly under the radar because you're disturbing up the whole thing. So don't be coming here and talking about visiting up the bank. But Peggy, in case maybe perhaps you get that thing together, I like to fly along, you know. You know, I'm tired of asking for R1 MTN airtime and people don't even want to send me. Oh, by the way, one of the things that you can do as well, you can subscribe to the channel. I have 2 subscribers so far. I've set the target of 12. I'll never lose hope, you know. Let me try astrology, space in the stars, moon and different planets. Oh yeah. So I'll wait for that. Did you guys get my Vodacom number? I know you haven't got paid, but now this is a law of attraction. We're doing it together. By the way, like I said, money is energy. You have to become acclimatized to the vibration of money so that you can call it into your life. Money goes to money. Poverty goes to poverty. The game is not about changing matter. The game is not about changing the outside. The game is about alchemizing the inside. So if you want money, you have to start changing your thoughts. This is what they call collapsing time and space. Quantum physicians will tell you that matter, before it became solid, it was subtle. Smart, eh? You see? I'm worth that airtime. Keep it flowing. On a condition that you teach us a love writing techniques. Hey man, yeah, I want it on a loaf of bread. You know, liver hexy is nothing on a loaf of bread, bruh. Liver hexy be flying up on a broom. Hey man, we want a loaf of bread, borotabo brown. This is one of the lines that came from Duke Singanga back in the days when he was said that I'm so healthy. I'm the shit, man. I'm the best thing, better than borotabo brown. That's why actually they cracked my ass. Gino Abrahams. So, oh yeah, for the direct payments, I use the OE3 number. It's right here on TikTok. Remember, like I said, I also do up the session. I'm becoming clear with you with this thing because Uh, there tends to be the story of people are new agers and they want to be siphoning and they want to be doing this. Yeah, for sure. That's one of the things that I'll tell you. When you get into this game, use your heart to discern. Because some people are here to take you for a ride. I could be one of them. You know, I could be one of them, you know. And but by the way, what game? I don't know any. So I could be one of them. So what you need to do is the game of life. You need to traverse it, engage it with your heart. Oh yeah, Eddie, we're speaking about astrology today, but this channel is all about healing. So we were just talking about quantum physics a little bit, and I was telling the people about the inheriting the kingdom of God. It's all about becoming like a child again. We are busy in a collective ego death. By the way, we no longer need to do that. The ego is dying collectively. There are cosmic energy shiftings that are happening. I spoke about it on Friday for like 3-4 hours. Live body activations are happening. So now the shit that you've been looking for, it's no longer out there. The shit that you're looking for, it's inside of your ass. All that you gotta do is to believe. Not to Jesus with a dress, but like to you know, like in you as Jesus. You Jesus. Let's leave it at that. Oof, I'm bad today. So I'm becoming clear with you that sometimes for you to be able to inherit the kingdom of God, you have to become a child again. Why do you have to become like a child again? Because a child has no record of wrong. The child does not have the principle of lack. As a result, we call children living in a fantasy. That's what we need to live in now. That's how you do the law of attraction. By playing. Not by being stiff, you know. You're like, I want that money. You know. You're like, I want that money. The simplest way on how to tap into the law of attraction capacities or functionalities is to become like a child again. A lot of people are wondering, sitting there when I'm asking for $1 airtime, which I use MTN by the way, they like, speaking about astrology and asking for $1 airtime. Here's the thing, there's a principle that I'm trying to impress on your brain. Being self-significant does not work when it comes to God. By the way, you wanting something, you are affirming that you don't have it. Gratitude. This is what Neville Goddard speaks about. Neville Goddard, by the way, was taught by Abdul, the black mystic. Abdul taught Adam Clayton Powell, taught Reverend Ike. You know that animated guy that speaks about money? Money is energy, you know. Are we still together? I feel alone. I feel so neglected. We here. All right, this is what we're gonna do. I've been having a lot of water. I'm gonna take a leak now. Couple of minutes break. Then I'll be back. In the meantime, Luena do some of a few things in Yana. We spoke about this. You know exactly where you need to go after this. You got my numbers, you got my PayPal, you know. I know a lot of people are probably sitting there like, who the fuck is this guy? I'm that guy who just came to create you, to remind you that you're great, man. Stop looking on an outside. You must just be like Kevin. You see Kevin here. You know, Kevin is like, I don't know, you must just like be like Winnie the Pooh, you know. Winnie the Pooh doesn't give a fuck about Where's my Winnie the Pooh book? I want you guys to get this book. I think I have a soft copy. I need you to remind me if I forget to send it. But I think I have a soft copy. I remember. I once shared it in a WhatsApp group. This is the name of the book, The Tao of the Pooh. It's by Benjamin Hoff. In here, the Pooh is the most useless guy ever. Pooh doesn't even know whatever. Pooh knows that is Pooh. That's what you need to be like. Know that you God. Don't look for explanations. So I'm gonna be doing that coming. Yeah. Jesus is Lord forever. Yes. Yes. Hallelujah. Yeah. I've been looking for you. Come here. Come here. Who's this? TLTW. Come here. Come here. Come here. This is me being naughty, right? Don't take it personal. We friends, man. Leave the pastor. The pastor says you should not be reading this and that. Don't tell them. We're speaking astrology today. It's part of it. But I was waiting for somebody that's into religion, particularly Christianity. I feel like I want to take a swipe. Mainly because I'm taking a swipe at myself. I grew up a staunch Christian. Just like most of us. But we all had sex before marriage. You know, most of us at least. And you know yourself, you know. And somehow you were told that doing the altar call on Sunday will wipe away that sin. You know? And every Sunday you're always there in church, like, oh Jesus, right? This guy here pisses on that philosophy. Listen to that. Listen to this. These are allegations, by the way. There's a book that you can get for yourself. The book is Da Vinci Code. There's a movie as well by Dan Brown. This is just some Christian guy responding because he was so aggrieved. You know, he was like, how could you, bro? You know, you'd say that after listening to this. Listen to this. I'm just going to read. These are not my words. Ready? Make sure that you're stripping yourself on your chair, you know. Particularly you, I think you're new here, TLTW, stick around. The Catholic Church has kept the true facts about Christianity hidden through the force and terror. The Holy Grail is not, as commonly believed, the chalice used at the Last Supper, but it was the womb of Mary Magdalene, who bore Jesus' daughter by the name of Sarah. Not me, hey, not me. You know, hey, don't me, no, not me, not me. Yeah. Small book, small. The descendant of Mary Magdalene and Jesus became kings of France. Jesus was not the Son of God. Not me, yeah, not me, yeah, not me. I know that I'm losing a lot of people. They're like, oh my word, how could you? Galileo was killed for going against the church. I will read you a story. Hold on. We want to get this shit sleeping once and for all, you know. People have been arguing about for sure. She's not. How did you know? How did you know? You know, I'm having a good time. We're coming for you. Yeah, no, let's bring it on. I like it like that. I like it. Man. Come on, where are you, Copenhageners? Remember the story, I'm reading from this book here. This is the Renaissance by Neil Grund. In here he speaks about the Michelangelo, the Sistine Chapel, the Renaissance in Italy. He speaks about Leonardo da Vinci, Lorenzo de Medici. These are the fuckers that came about with the realization of money. In case you're not aware, the system of money, it's constructed with metaphysical aspects. It's a form of magic. But let me get to this, because let me leave that one. Let me get to this book. By the way, if you hear, welcome, Christians, religious people, let's all gather together here. We just bust in some few things. By the way, when I'm reading up these things, but anyway, you know, when I'm reading about these things, I'm reading them from the book so that you guys should know that they're not coming from me. Not to say I don't believe in them or I believe in them. It has fucking nothing to do with the point. It's high time now that we start growing the fuck up and we read even things that we don't agree with. That's how we grow. This thing of always wanting to be told that God cares for you, and yeah, for sure, but you have to understand as well that even if you're going through that eviction, it's still God. Are you going through grief? Still God. Are you going around being like me, asking one rand airtime on TikTok? He's still God, or she's still God. Let's stop blaming anybody else or anything else, just for a second. Appreciate the fact that when God makes you go through those shadow of death, you know, in Psalms 23 by David, the father of Solomon. By the way, this is also known as the Star of David. Yeah, great healer, you can. You know, oh, Da Vinci, I'll wait for the question. Oh, by the way, this is what's going to happen. My airtime right now might go a little bit off, so don't be perturbed if I go abruptly off. I'll go by and come back again. So don't leave unless you have to go and pray. Oh, I've laughed so much and the phlegm is coming out. By the way, there's a mucus exercise. I'll share it in a group. This thing that you just heard me doing, it's a phlegm, it's a form of mucus. This is an excessiveness that is being caused by a few things that are coursing through our biochemical body. Mucus is good, but too much of it is not good because it blocks out the system, particularly for the people that want to open up their third eye. So, just to give you a long and short of it, it has something to do with watermelon and the seeds. But I'll share it in a WhatsApp group. Okay, cool. Jesus is not a son of God. He was a mortal prophet, a great and powerful man of staggering influence who inspired millions to live better. Why did they tell us God is a masculine when we know female? Hey, great healer, these likes are for you, eh? Answering your comment, your question, your assertion, your beautiful bold statement. God is a woman and she's black. Take it or leave it alone. Back to the Da Vinci Code. Jesus was a radical feminist. I don't know if you guys can see. Jesus was a radical feminist. This is from the Da Vinci Code. So if you haven't read this book, you've been slipping on a jam. You know, you'd be like, oh, my pastor said I should not do that. You know, it's like very blasphemous, very blasphemous. You know, like, you don't know that your pastor has been like, you know, hiding a whole lot of shit. Oof, misogynistic. Hey, I like people that speak. You know, you guys are using big words tonight. Oh, let's go ahead. The pagan emperor Constantine proposed a motion to upgrade Jesus to a deity at the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD. I think you know a shit ton about Constantine. If you don't, let's go. Constantine was known as a very, very mentally erratic man. He didn't see anything or anybody above him. He could sleep, he could do anything. He could sleep with boys, animals, goats, chickens, whatever that you call it. He was so bad that at one stage he burned his mother and killed his wife. He went around pillaging, killing like the Romans do. At one stage, Rome had a city by the name of Damascus. This is where Paul comes from. Paul, before he became a so-called Christian, he was a Roman agent killing Christians in large numbers. Rome used to kill Christians. Romans used to kill Christians in large numbers. Until he found that Christianity was like a cockroach. It could not be killed. You know? And now he decided to say, you know what, I'm going to adopt this religion. They had run about like 18 conferences. The one that you know popularly is the one of Nicene Creed. You know, everybody in conscious community, Nicene Creed, you know, Nicene Creed. There's a chap that goes by the name of, or used to go by the name of Pope Gregory. He was the guy who was orchestrating all these conferences. The biggest one that he orchestrated was a conference of Berlin, back in the 18th century, 1888 to be exact. In this conference, they called it Rush to Africa. Romans were involved in that. In the Berlin conference, Africa was sliced like a piece of cake. Congo was taken, Lesotho, South Africa, you name it. The church was financing it. So if you come with religion, particularly Christianity, steady, I could tell you things that can make you sick. You're like, oh no, oh Jesus, please stop. So don't take me there. Don't take me there. Jesus became the Son of God by a narrow vote. But prior to that, no one believed him to be divine. Constantine's move was to give power to the Roman Catholic Church. Any questions? Hey, Kwanzaa! Don't be laughing at me like that. You are so His Majesty, thank you very much. And astrology, right? You good. Receipts. Oh, do this quickly. Maybe this might help you. For the people that are on the research, so now you think I'm fucking around with you, You're like, yeah, we know the kinds of you. You probably talk your bullshit. Go to Reader's Digest section, get the mysteries of the Bible. If that does not rock your boat, you can get from the same people the Bible through ages. Reader's Digest still. How it all started. Reader's Digest still. So you don't take my word for it. When you go to Roman system, they got these people that they call them nuns. And they wear black robes. You know why? A black robe symbolizes the sky, the triple darkness of space. We know that as Nu, or Nu, the primordial self, the feminine energy that brought us here. So the Roman Catholics, they tried to mimic that by channeling the nuns to wear black. So, come on, you ever been working on Mzake, you see you. My Christian friends, we're still together, right? Da Vinci Code, get yourself that book. Don't sleep on the book. Speak about astrology. What the fuck is astrology? Or astronomy. We owe the name to the people that are called the Mayans. These are the niggas that could read the astrological anomalies. The Mayans, by the way, some people call them Aztecs, some people call them Mesopotamians, some people call them the Heikios, some people call them whatever that you want to call them. I'm just starting up by the Mayans because some people will say, no, bro, it was the Olmecs, You know, yeah. And now, here's what I'm saying. I'm not that much deep into Afrocentricity in a sense of knowing my history to that extent. I'm only just giving you the glimpse that I have. That's why I give you books. And I know that you're busy doing some research on the Mayans, you know. And you all of a sudden feel grieved that when I say that they gave us the method of counting. Because these are the niggas that knew that 3, 6, and 9 carries power. You heard it from Nikola Tesla, right? 3, 6, 9. And if you got no idea what I'm talking about, probably it's here, right? You know, and we were like, oh my word, what is he talking about now? So now the Mayan calendar, which you know, by the way, they said that it ended back in 2012. I'm looking for something like that. Let me just get it to you as to how it looks like. Oh yeah, here are the other niggas that actually gave us some good things. The Maltese. Who has seen something like this? The Maltese cross. Yeah, I did say that this is going to be very deep, right? It's no longer only sensational. I might have aggrieved you, you know. You angry at me. You know. No, let's maybe stop fucking playing around. The date of this Mayan disc. The first astrological Mzwake, don't do that to me. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're making me feel good. Who's in the middle here? This is not a man. This is a feminine energy that gives birth to everything. So, most of what I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be taking it from that perspective. Okay, let's do a little bit of debriefing. Who's still on the same wavelength with what we're talking about here? Because I tell you why I'm asking. It's very good for me to be throwing out terms, and once you leave this TikTok life, you got nothing to write home about. You're like, yeah, he was just, you know, he was just saying things. I just don't know, you know. Who's who? Where are you with this? Would you want to take a bit of a share on it? I don't mind stopping. You know. You're 80% of the data. I'm garbage. Oh, Alison said something. I thought I would see an SMS here. Oh, Alice stingy. Jesus. Like a rant. I'd be very ashamed, you know. If somebody was to ask for R1, after getting so much information, and I don't even want to give R1, I'll be like, oh! You know? Let's see. Yeah, I'll wait. The people that will be left on this life is people that have to be here, you know? I want to know if are we up to speed up until this point, because me speaking about astrology is going to be fucking confusing, to say the least. To a point whereby I'm thinking I'm going to push this thing up until 7 o'clock. Because I want to show you that through astrology, you can get a lot of shit together. Pumla Gubani, Tongwana, very comfortably floating. You present. Yes, I want to promise. Present. Yeah. And don't be shy as well to tell us if you got no fucking idea what we're talking about. You know, we'll get to that. It's fine. By the way, there's nothing new that I'm saying here. All that I'm doing, I'm just synthesizing the information. Don't look at me. Oh. Let me take a lick. Yeah, I had I had to stop a bit. That thing that I told you about happened. The data people came, and I had to pay them. So yeah, that's what I was doing. Apologies for that. I'm looking for astrologers. If you are into astrology, you are at the right place. We're pushing it until 7 o'clock. Speaking strictly astrology, having fun in the midst of it. If you ran away from geography at school or in school, this is the right place. Can somebody please tell me if my audio is proper and it's running? Or should I need to start up a new life altogether? Because I suspect that Is it fine? Good. So yeah, you clear and dark. Clear and dark. So please keep on pasting up your questions from, you know how we do it over the weekends. We're not really that much structured. If you have a question that you feel you can ask on a public platform, please do that. If you've recently had a dream and it was a nightmare, tell me about it. Let's break it apart. If you all of a sudden started feeling fearful of late, the fear that is unexplainable, you're just scared but you don't know what you're scared of, we're answering that tonight through astrology. Astrology, astronomy, cosmology, ontology, biology, mythology. We scientists tonight. Hopefully your head is not going to be painful as I did when I was researching the whole thing. The ghosts. So the trick is to keep me engaged, because I can get very carried away in a in a sense of especially what I just did to my fellow Christians. I do that because I love you guys. And I'm not saying that you should believe me when I say that you are God. It might need time for it to sink in you. And don't be shy for not wanting to take on the responsibility as great as that. Because when you are God, that's when you realize that you're creating your own reality. But that comes with a tremendous amount of responsibility. You can't just be going hating people. You can't go around being stingy of even spending 5 minutes meditating, which by the way, not everybody can be able to do it for obvious reasons. One of the biggest reasons is when you meditate, you are acquainting yourself with yourself. You're getting to know yourself. The reason why you're scared or you can't meditate is because you're really not happy or very scared of yourself. You'll be like, oh no, I don't, because I know a lot of people that can't meditate. So yeah, hit up your likes. Don't let me remind you, because I can come exactly where you are. I can see where you are. Have you ever had those new ages when they pray for you on TikTok? You'll be like, yeah, no, for sure, let's pray for you. I can see exactly. So with me, I'm doing that just to say, and I'm keeping this fun to say, you don't need anything except yourself. Q himself, welcome. Sawubona nawe, unjani man? God too. You as well. All of us are God. But for us to be able to realize that, we're going to have to let go of a lot of what they call soul fetters. Things that block your divinity. Hate has to go. I don't know why you're still holding on to it, knowing exactly that hate kills you. It's like, yeah, I know it kills me, but I just want to hate. When you hate, it does not only hold you back spiritually, but it causes your body to break down. Doubt. You must doubt your doubt. And you must have faith in your faith. You must double up the shit. Yeah. You'll be like, hey, I know that they said I won't start TikTok channel, or I can't start a YouTube, or I can't write a book. I know that they said that I cannot be able to start that business, or I actually even told myself. Right now, I'm switching everything over. The house is under new management. God is in a building. Go get the 4th agreement and the 5th agreement. This is the book that was written by the Toltec civilization, the Mexican people. This is what they speak about in the 4th agreement. You are what you are because you agreed to it. Believe it or not. And I know you want to get out of your skin to be like, I did not agree to this. You're like, oh no, bro, hey, we did not agree to this. You did. You're just in denial. You're running it. Let me actually give you guys a song of running away from yourself. If I can play it. So, you spend time on Facebook wanting to have the ass like that. You know you don't. You're like, but like, you know you don't. But like, that's what Facebook does. That's what social media does. It gets you out of your skin. You don't feel enough. For the guys, you want to get that new car, G63, the beast. You don't even have a bicycle. That's the thing about social media, what I've been saying to people. Some days you're gonna have to stop it. Particularly if you feed it. It doesn't feed you. You see what we're doing here with TikTok? We're fucking it over. This algorithm was not integrated into it, whereby people are told that we don't need you social medias. That's why it doesn't even bring in the numbers, and I couldn't give a fuck about because that's the thing about the consciousness movement. If you're still looking for numbers, if you still want to wake people up thinking that you came to tell them the message of truth. Nobody's going to believe you anymore. We're living in a land whereby people think that pain, it's part of life. Hate, it's part of life. These days when you forgive, they call you stupid. And now they might take you along, eh? You know this thing of trying to, have you ever learned something so majestical or magical and you want to go share it with your loved ones? You want to tell them, did you know that the earth also has chakras? They call them ley lines, bro. I thought it was just only the body that has chakras. And your wife or your husband is looking at you, is like, what are you talking about? And now you start now actually doubting yourself. Oh no, shit. I was not there. But thank you very much, Q himself. You keeping me company. What are you guys drinking? What's a drug of your choice? Oh, what are you smoking? You know, TikTok tends to burn me. Chakra hands. Fuck them. Fuck those. But bibi la sa to ba next. No je ba tshwere ke di high blood, di heart palpitations. They're now asking us what's wrong. As chakra hands, we know that astrologically, genetically, on a cosmos, the earth is changing. And as the earth is changing, we're changing too. Because if you are in sync of what the light body activation is happening, you can be able to benefit from this 2024, which they call the year of 8. But because you're still stuck in your Bible, you're waiting for Jesus to come through, you cannot be able to cash in, and now you have high blood pressure all of a sudden. You don't know what's happening. And your sugar diabetes is getting out of control. You start seeing things. All thanks to chakra hands. We can tell you what's happening with you. You're not sick. I know a lot of people picked up a lot of diagnosis this weekend. They told you have high blood pressure. You felt your heart beating out of your chest. Hey, that happened to my ass, and I was like, okay, wait a minute. What's happening here? And I realized when I was researching, I shared the book in a WhatsApp group actually. It's all about the heart. This is what happens. If you've been doing the job or the work of shadow work, this is what happens to you. Your heart genetically is changing because of the love that we've been talking about, the forgiveness that we've been talking about, the letting go that we've been talking about. This is your fourth chakra. It's green in color or black or blue. According to Egyptian mythology, this is controlled by Osar or Osiris, king of the dead. Dracula. You know? And now, this is then what happens. Genetically now, because your heart opens up all the chambers, 13 of them. We're still together, right? I don't want to lose a lot of people. You're probably sitting there like, what does the heart have to do with how I feel? Everything. So what happens is your heart then opens up all the chambers. Literally, it starts fucking around with the hormone called vasopressin. Vasopressin is a molecule in your body that regulates your hemoglobin. The plants have photosynthesis, you have the hemoglobin. This is what makes the plant to be green is because of the photosynthesis, right? Feeding from the sun, hydrogen, pH. You know the whole story. We've been talking about it. So what happens is your heart then opens up. As it opens up with the vasopressin, vasopressin is a chemical that regulates the water content in your body. all of a sudden you go to the loo time and time again. Like, I mean, I know it with myself. Every time when I piss a lot, I know the shit is going down. So now your heart starts literally getting a bit bigger because now it has too much oxygen or enough oxygen than it's used to. So now it starts beating a bit funny. You feel like it's about to stop. And you run to pharmacy or you run to the doctor. The doctor says you have high blood pressure. In the meantime, it was a kundalini waking up. And you fuck the whole thing up. You're gonna have to go start all over again. You know? You be like, oh my word. They'll be like, yeah. Step 1. Forgive again. So yeah. What I just did, I refill ne. Hey, hope line do someone is. By the way, speaking about the body, I get this from this book. Where is it? Because I want you guys to be reading by yourself here. Don't be saying the nigga said. Yeah, let me get both of you. Let me get 3 of you. 3 of you. I'll start it like this. I know all of us have this book. I know you do too. By the way, just a bit of a disclaimer. If you haven't heard of Dr. Joseph Murphy, you still have a lot of work to do. Subconscious mind, your feminine brain. Now, this you probably do have too, eh? If you don't have this book here, you fucked. You know? So get yourself this book. As a belief to, really, you would have done me a favor. Get yourself this book. I don't know this guy, but he's a shit. Send me a WhatsApp. I'll send you a copy. And while you edit, because I would have been adding something to you, send me something as well, eh? Do you guys just want to be told straight? I can chill it. I don't know if I chilled. You don't have the power of positive thinking. Yay! I took 10 minutes to listen to that book on YouTube. Yes! Yes! Yes, 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 Q himself, yes! I was talking about this book because I want us to talk about a little bit of healing the physical body. Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga, it's an art of understanding your physical as self. Did you know that your constipation, your inability to shit, by the way, constipation, this is how it works. Your body gets rid of rubbish from your dead cells, dead neurons, sperm that was not used, periods, whatever that is left behind, your skin, the inner part of your skin, it breaks apart, and your body collects it through what they call lymphatic system. Lymphatic system works together with the excretory system, the system that helps you to shit. And I know you ladies, you probably sitting there telling us, I know me, I don't take a shit. Everybody takes a shit. Everybody takes a shit. I'm like, oh yeah, everybody takes a shit, man. So now here you are, you go and take your shit, right? Some people do it twice, some people more than 2 times. Some people are very regular. Like you shit religiously. You're like, you take a shit, bro. I mean, I know it for myself. First thing when I wake up, I'll go take a shit. It turns out, in as much as you don't want to talk about it, shit can save your life. Let me show you how. So, your body, along with the... I didn't say that you should. Come on, THYSELF. Come on, man. Yeah. I think I was the only one who was allowed to say that. Yeah, but that's nice, man. Sometimes you need to make fun of ourselves. Stop taking yourself too seriously. Fuck, stop it. So, this is then what happens. Lympathetic system then speaks with the excretory system. This is like your sewage, you know. Your sewage then picks up, oh yeah, okay, this we're not going to use, this we're not going to use. Along with your memories as well. Sometimes you lose a memory that is painful overnight. Yeah. So it goes. Then now it gets by your colon. There by your rectum. You know, that thing, you know. That thing that is just like this. Actually, it's like this. It's like this. But it can open wide. It's just like this, you know. That's a rectum. That's so too. But here's so to astrologo to kyokonyopo. So like, come on. Horopo, is it, you know. That's how you keep it. Yeah, make fun of things, man. These things are very difficult to learn, by the way. So, then now your lympathetic system says to the excretory system, I'm done. It's your time now to offload. Now your system now is like, I cannot offload. Meaning now you have to exert too much pressure. When you exert too much pressure, you are irritating your rectum. When you irritate your rectum, we causes the piles or the piles. That is nothing but hururua, the inflammation, because you... Have you ever had that kind of type of shit, you know? And the water splashes on your bum. It's like... Piles or hemorrhoids. That's a word that I prefer. Thank you very much, Rafilo. Did you know that half of your constipation problems could be eliminated by you chewing your food? Not having an enema or an enema. Half of your constipation problem will go away if you were to chew your food. 50% of your food gets broken down in the mouth. I have no regrets for eating slow then. And it's very embarrassing, eh? It's very embarrassing. It's very embarrassing. It's very embarrassing. Especially, I mean, I remember when I took my wife out, the first time when we met back in 2012, then she was my, you know, my side stuff. Because obviously, you know, back in the days, I was like in the 20s. We do a lot, man. Is she here? She's not here. Hey, love. She's probably not here. She shouldn't be here. So, then she was my girlfriend, right? So my wife eats very fast. Jesus. So me, for some reason, I've been taught, and nobody actually came and tell me, somehow I've mastered the art. They call it the art of mastication. Not masturbation, it's mastication. You masticate you. Meanwhile, this is just one spoon. What do you do when you masticate? There's this thing that they call the saliva. Your saliva, it's a very, very useful liquid to be used. Because when you masticate your food, you break down the food from the matter to the particle, to the atom, subatomic, sub, sub until it doesn't exist. When you chew your food, you get what they call pranic energy. That's why I normally say to people, when you eat, don't eat watching TV. Hey man, you eating them and you like glued and gross to TV. Your body does not even register the food that you're eating. So you get fat, you don't feel full. Extra, you got constipation. And now you fucked. Literally. Because this is what constipation means. Literally. Have you ever had a dustbin in your house? I just want you guys to imagine it. I want to take it down with a song, because it's going to sound very bad. Have you ever had a dustbin in your house? The night before, you guys had fish. 2 nights ago, you had some cheese that was rotten. And now for some reason you are unable to take out the refuse. And you gotta stay with it in the house. And it starts bringing maggots. Oh, the smell of rotten cheese. Oh my word. So your inability to defecate, the shit that was supposed to be taken out, you eating it back. With the smell and all. Maggots. No wonder we're sick. This could have been avoided only by chewing your food. 50% of it. Yeah, the enema, you're going to have to do it. Enema is the process of cleaning up your colon. By the way, your colon can keep as much as 20 years old food. If you're 25 right now, you probably have a certain thing that is lingering in your stomach. When you ate it, you were like 5. Unless if your grandmother had that technology of, remember that thing, spade. Remember that the time of spade. You remember back in the days, they will tell you that it's Saturday and we're gonna have to clean up your stomach. That is the highest form of enema. Not this one that you pay for. To clean up your gut. Why is the gut important? Why am I fussing about it? You're probably thinking, it's a gut. Food is food, bro. Yeah, if I don't take a shit, it's my shit, so I don't mind. Your shit is getting you shit. Sick. So this is then what happens. There's this guy, they call him the father of medicine. Where's my book? I'm going to have to find it. The story won't make sense without that book. Yeah. So, by the way, Alisan Becha. Even like Inyanara. Let me just take it from this. It's fine. Because I don't find that book, I'll have to take it from this. I was like, hey, kid, like, what happened? Did something change? So if you're new here, please follow the brother. Apparently we were supposed to speak about astrology, but I haven't even shit started. We're just having fun. Yeah. Hey, no, don't give me such titles. Oh no, you gonna get me killed. You know, you gonna get me killed. But nonetheless, as an African child, man, fuck death, man. You don't die, bro. You like the vibranium of Wakanda. If you hit it, it hits you back. You like, zoom. That's what melanin does. You're not the same as others. Did you know that? You're the shit, man. So let's speak about the Greeks. Get this book, The Greek Art. But fuck it, man, I have to get that book. Wait. Oh yeah, here the heck you are. And there was light. I'm normally that light skinned, so I decided to take the melanin color for this. What do we even call this? Is it a lecture? You know, I don't even remember. What do we call this? I got the book. I remember what I was talking about. Amen. We'll speak about why you should say something else different from amen, but I'll tell you. But don't tell them I told you. I'll give you books as well to go check them out. This is a book by the name of The Pageant of Greece. I study a lot of Greek. I don't know how to speak Greek though. Study a lot of Greek because your Aristotle, Plato, Socrates, Solon, Hippocrates, Pythagoras, Euclidean, you name all the, because I know you guys you love quoting Plato, you know, as if like you want to, like these are the guys that supposedly conceptualized philosophy. Philosophy is, philo means lover, Sophie means wisdom. So philosophy means the lovers of wisdom. That's what the fuck we are here. You wouldn't be sitting here if you were into McG and you know, into Pop Daddy and stuff. But you definitely chose something else different. And it makes it fun. So never be ashamed of yourself. You don't find it fun when people speak about Uzalo. Your light body is not structured like that. You're structured for better things. Not to say that you're better than Christians. No. You guys are still the same. You know? All of us actually are all the same. We just like, we different beings in one big pot. The Great Mother. So don't hate another being next to you, you know. So the Greeks, they learned from the Egyptians. I think you know the story about Egyptians. There's a huge contingent where Egyptians black, where they white, you know, is Egypt in Africa, such and such. What's with the pyramids? You know, you'll get that from this book here. I love Graham Hancock. I fucks around with Graham Hancock. The Mass Mysteries. In this book here, he speaks about what is a pyramid. You, the pyramid. You are the electro transducer. You are the energy machine. I knew that. I just know that just flew out. You know, but I'm not there. I was talking about. There's this guy. They call him the father of medicine. His name is Hippocrates. For you doctors, when you do your oath, I shall do no harm. I shall not lie and blah blah blah. For the doctors, so basically, I don't know who else is taking the Hippocratic oath. Does it apply to all the medical students, or is it particularly for the doctors? Let's talk, people. You guys like making me as if like I'm a teacher here. And me as well, you know, I don't know who normally takes the Hippocrates oath. The Hotep is the father for me. You rocking around with both, you know. By the way, Tongwana, Hotep means, go read Muwash Ashby's book, Muwat Ashby. If you're not in a WhatsApp group, please get yourself in a WhatsApp group. If you need those books and you don't want to be in a WhatsApp group, send me a WhatsApp. My numbers are right here on the platform. And while you're at it, I said to the people, if you want to contribute to the channel, don't be shy. If you're still hurting from the religion after you took your money, you thought when you were giving them your money, they were sending it to God. You know? Because all of us are still under that pretense, like when your pastor takes your money, they send it to God. No, they're going to use it. At least me, I'm telling you straight. When you give me the money, I'm going to buy the data, which is what I've been doing with this platform. I don't have the so-called work, you know. People have work to do. They go to Job, the book of Job in the Bible. That's what a job is. That's what a career is. Matrix. So Hotep, according to Egyptian mythology, it means uniting your higher self with your lower self, your lower Egypt with your higher Egypt. Transcending your ego, going from lower chakras to higher chakras. That's where the word, actually it used to be called HE-TEP, Hetep. So Hetep means put together. That's why when some people say, Hotep niggas, we together. Hotep. I think I'm going to start using it from now onwards. Thank you, Tongwana. You see, we're all learning from one another. So, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend like a few minutes. The latest that I'm going to be out there is 7:10. I've been here now for 2 hours now. We're winding it down. Spoke a little bit about astrology, about books, about what you need to do. If you changing at the moment, don't hasten to think that you're sick. You're not sick. If your blood is flowing somehow, if your glucose level, that is the sugar in your system, it's becoming a little bit volatile, if your thoughts are a little bit enigmatic, you start seeing things by your, like, you know, like you're switching on the light and something just go whoop. Or you sleeping, you dreaming, and you. Or one of the other symptoms, Mzoke said I should talk about this. I'm getting to it. Cosmic shift. Yeah, you see, you got nice words. You see now, you got nice words. Cognitive dissonance. What's a cognitive dissonance? Your old self does not wanna let go. Your ego, it's looking at me straight now in the face and thinking, psst, bro, you just fucking around. It's looking at you like that as well. You wanna heal. Something in you says, I must forgive my dad or forgive my mom, but you wanna hold back. That's your ego. It thrives on your shameness, on your victimhood. So it's gonna put up a moral fight. That's why when you bump across channels like these, even on YouTube, some people are saying the same thing. Some sisters are saying the same thing. You go to Twitter, people are talking about things are changing. Appreciate people like that, because just now you were sitting there by your couch thinking that you're going crazy. And I came to tell you that you're not. You were planning to go see the psychologist tomorrow. You know, and you're going to pay the psychologist $1,000. I come and I give you this thing for 10 megabytes. No wonder I keep on asking for donation. I think my ass deserves it. I don't know what you guys think. I'm done with... okay, let me finish up with this. The electromagnetic spectrum has been enhanced. We're living in what we call the third dimension density. What does that mean? We made it through the second or the two-dimensional world, which was made up of one-dimensional world. For the people that are into numerology, they will tell you that we only have 9 numbers. Even if it's 10 million, it's only 9 numbers, 0 or 1 to 9. A lot of people don't like counting the 0, you know, because they're scared, because the 0 is a mother. You know, it's like the egg. I'm winding it down now. So, when you are in the third dimension density, meaning you can be able to perceive things. You have your senses to thank for that. Not all of them were developed like they are right now. Let's talk about speech, talking, like this, that's what we're doing. We're looking at it as a normal thing, but back in the days, shit, man, you could get the girls if you could speak. You know, back in the days, before the TikToks and stuff, I'm talking about like the 1500 or the whatever hundreds, we could not speak. We were tonal people. Speech was a delicacy, you know. I can just imagine ladies are sitting there around, eating some frogs, and the brothers are out going for hunting. And one of the brothers there can speak. Oh, he will give the ladies a hard time. You know? Yeah, man. Are you guys bored? Been here for too long, man. Way too unnecessarily too long. Never. We make the pots. So this is then what happens. During that time, the second chromosome was activated. This is now when the speech came about. Then we started talking. So we started having senses. Unfortunately, we fell in love with so much with the 5 senses that we stopped at that. We were like, think I'm back. Can somebody please tell me if I'm back? Finish at this time. You can stay as long as you want. No. You just okay being here. Oh, I'll tell it down. You know? So this is then what happens. I'm writing it down now. This is then what happens. We fell in love so much with the 5 senses that we decided we're going to stop at that. But now, unfortunately, the 5 senses are very limited. According to quantum physics, they say that the 5 senses can only perceive 3% of the total reality. So you're thinking that here, as you're living as a human being, this is the end of it all. This is only 3%, baby. They call it the electromagnetic spectrum. We can only see the 7 colors of rainbow. And we think, whew, the rainbow is the shit. There are more colors, more senses, more universes, more worlds, more dimensions. You probably know of 9, some people know of 12, some people know of 72,000 dimensions, some people know of 1,080 million dimensions.